What's going on, guys? My name is Brandon, and winter unfortunately is starting to close in soon, and what that means here for us in Maine is that we got to start getting our summer equipment winterized and get it ready to put away for storage, and we got to take our winter equipment, get it ready to bring out for winter. So that's what we're going to work on today. Stick around. So unfortunately for me, that means that motorcycle season is winding down. So this is my daily driver. You guys that have followed my channel for a while, I'll put a link up above. You'll know that this is the rebuild that we did. That's my touring bike that my wife and I use. But anyways, let's get back to what we're doing. So this one, later today, I'm going to have to put some fuel stabilizer in. We're going to have to get the push mower brought into the workshop and get an oil change done on that, sharpen up the blade, get it all ready for winter storage. So when we take it out next year, it's all good to go. We've got a pressure washer here that we got to service, and right now we got to service our snowblower. We get several feet of snow every year, but you know what? I'm going to wait until last minute to put this bike into storage because I use it every day, even if it's cold out. 32 degrees or up, I'm on it. I got to go grab some motor oil at the store, then we'll go back into the workshop and get the snowblower serviced. So you guys see how it has a little bit of a forward lean? Well, what I'm going to do is put some blocks under the front end, tip it up, because we're going to drain the oil out. And that's where the oil drain is, right there. This part's kind of hard to accept doing this right now, because when I start servicing the snowblower, that means that kind of summer is about on its way out. And that's kind of disappointing, because that means no more motorcycle riding, no beach days, no summer days. Wow. Oil's like molasses. We'll let this finish draining for a while and we'll come back to it. Alright, so it's done draining. Time to cap it up and get some oil in it. And here's a look at the oil that came out of it. Not too bad, I guess. I mean, it's definitely dark. It's got some, like, I don't know if you can see it in there, but like some white swirly stuff right around in here. And I'm thinking that might be, that's probably moisture from, you know, obviously this sits out in my garage and it, hot days and cold days and condensation and whatnot, so it's probably that. I'm sure somewhere it tells how much oil I'm supposed to put in this, but I don't know what that is, so we're just going to add it until it's full. What I'll do is I'll start out with about a half a quart and see what that does. Alright, I'll let that drain down into the base of the motor a little bit and we'll check it on the dipstick. Alright, here's the dipstick. It says threaded in to check it, so let's do that. Wow, got lucky. Look at that, it takes a half a quart. Right there, right on that full line. Perfect. There we go. It's done. Now I'm just going to throw some grease in it. It's got a couple grease fittings here and there. I'll zoom in. Here's one right here. It's got one over there also. Now I'm just going to grease these axle shafts just so that these wheels don't end up getting seized on there. There's that. I'm not exactly sure why this side has a nut and bolt on it, but I don't think it's anything I did. Alright, fingers crossed. It's been sitting all summer, so choke it, turn it on, give it a whirl. There, I don't see any issues with that. Thing's running like a top. Alright, let's get the push mower all dialed in, do an oil change on it. We'll sharpen up the blade and give it the once over. I just topped off the fuel tank. Now I'm going to start it up, let it warm up a little bit. By the way, guys, this lawnmower is 12 years old, so I just take care of my stuff and it lasts, and I don't have to replace my stuff very often. Hardly ever. In the 12 years I've owned this mower, I've never had to take the carburetor apart to fix it or get it to run right. And today I'm going to share with you some of the secrets that I use to keep my stuff running and looking decent. One of the first things I do is when I'm done using it, I hose it down and then I use a leaf blower and I just blow all the water off it. I always put it away with a fresh tank of gas, and right before winter I add fuel stabilizer to it. I'm not endorsing this product or this company, but I don't even measure it out. I take this and maybe 2 or 3 shot glass fulls and I just dump it into the gas, and I make sure that the gas is filled all the way to the top, and then I start up the mower and I run it for about 5 or 6 minutes so I know that this has gotten into the gas and I've never had a problem with the carburetors. Last year I replaced the spark plug for the first time, and every year I just blow out the air filter at the end of the season. You can see that's a little dirty, but not bad. And that's all I do right there, guys. Now it's time to drain the oil. What I do is just disconnect the plug wire. That way you know the mower's not going to fire up. Then I just tip it on its side for a minute. Yeah, so we got that loosened up. And while I have this right here, I'm just kind of looking over everything. And then I'm just going to sharpen the blade real quick. So I just put a little mark here and here so I know that these face outwards. It'd be pretty self-explanatory for the blades, but it's just a nice little added measure. You'll see that every year I do this the same way. I take this blade off, I sharpen it, put it back on. So you should see some never sees on the end of this bolt because I never sees it every time, so it always comes off easy. And there it is. See that? That's all copper anti-seize. So we'll set the blade aside and we'll get ready to change the oil. I can hear it draining, but we can't see it. See, that doesn't look too bad. Can you guys see the color of that? Well, we'll look at it in a minute. Just for the heck of it, let's pop the plug out and take a look at it. Oh yeah. That thing's mint. Look at it. It's been running like that all season. So, it's been used. And you can see I put just a little tiny drop of copper anti-seize on there. But yeah, that thing's running like a top. Perfect. Let's put it back in. You want to put like a 4-foot bar on this too. Get it real tight. Just kidding, not necessary. This blade looks really good. There's just a couple slight nicks, one a little bit there, but all in all, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty careful to try not to hit stuff when I'm mowing, so it's not going to take a lot. Every year I just basically use a flap wheel, and I just kind of like brush it a couple times just to tune it up, and that's all we're going to do now. Probably really don't even have to sharpen it, but while it's right here, I just like to do it. So we'll let the oil finish up draining, and we'll tune this up real quick and get this to a nice sharp edge, and then we'll get back to the oil change. Alright, while we got it up, might as well put the blade back on. Just put some more anti-seize on it. I'm not sure what the torque is on this. I'll have to check it online and then torque it. You don't want this coming loose. That could end up in a bad day, huh? So I found a couple websites. One said torque it to 30, one said 38 to 50. So I'm going to go to 40 because when I checked it, when I zipped it on with the gun, it was already at 30, and that felt pretty tight. So that's 40 right there, and that feels pretty tight. About as tight as I probably normally get it, so I'll probably always put it at 40 then. And here's the oil we took out of it. A lot cleaner than the snowblower oil. That looks to be about a half a quart, so this probably takes about the same amount of oil as the other one, I'm guessing. And this mower just takes regular 30 weight. So now that it's settled a little bit, you can see that it needs to have a little bit more oil. It's right on the add line. Alright, we're closing in on the mark. We're right there, if you can see it. And we need to be right there. I'll try that. And there we are. Spot on. So it's good to go. Good to go until next year now. And that's all there is to it, guys. It's not overly glamorous, but I kind of pride myself in taking good care of my stuff. So, you know, to recap all of that, wash up your stuff regularly, change the oil, keep it topped off with fuel stabilizer, keep the air cleaner blown out, and overall, you should have a good running and good looking piece of equipment. For you regular viewers, you guys know that I like to try to reuse stuff. I like to try to get the most life out of things that I can. I like to take old stuff and bring it back to life. So, you know, this is kind of sticking with that theme. Very rarely do I go out and buy new stuff, but when I do buy new stuff, I try to take real good care of it so it lasts me a real long time. If you guys are wondering what I'm working on before it even makes it up to YouTube, you guys can catch me on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll have links down below. New videos every Friday, so if this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you next week. Take care. Till then, stay safe. See ya.